going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing.
Hey, what's
Hello.
going on? Good evening. We are here on Sunday. Coming
Yes,
at you
that's
with
right.
Cloud and Console, Cloud Gaming Podcast, where we talk everything gaming in the world of cloud. This week, I'm joined, as always, super co-host Nad614. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. I just had some issue this week. I banged my head on a piece of metal and scarred
Oh no.
myself. That's alright. It happens. Just like doing things at work. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's going very well. I've just been playing a lot of video game, enjoying myself as usual, and yeah, trying out a lot of new stuff. Again, I just got a section where I'm gonna talk about new games I play. Some necessarily new in the market. Some of them have been out for a while. Others been in just recently. So we'll talk about it in a moment. But what about yourself? How you been doing?
Keeping well, keeping busy. Been up to a couple different things, which has been nice. Went to go see some dogs do some magic.
Hmm.
Um, so that was entertaining. And then, as well as some live comedy, which was good. So, been out and about as the weather's starting to get nicer,
Oh
but
yeah.
also been playing some games. Got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I feel like the production value is so high. And then we got some Helldivers, jumping in with
Hmm.
friends, enjoying that. We got our BG3 stream, and not to mention Fortnite, which I do
Yes.
every week with the family. So those have been the games and what I've been up to this week. I haven't completed anything as of yet. Still midway through Final Fantasy,
Hmm.
which is available in the cloud as well as a local. If you have the PS5, that is the only way to play it in the cloud, though.
Yes.
Um,
I've tried to look for it on the PS Premium app on the PC, and sadly, even the Final Fantasy VII remake is without the DLC. It's only
I
on the
know.
PlayStation 5 as a DLC, which is weird. I don't know if
So
I
disappointing.
Yeah, that's okay. Funny enough, they made a DLC for Yuffie. I think it might be because like her story was kind of a side story, and she joined the team later. I try to remember. I know she's
Yeah.
like a member. She joined later. They might be like try to incorporate her story, so it's like not like just a video showing her what happened, but like you participate. I think that's a good idea, like the way they did it. But moving on just into Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII was the best game they made. I think Nintendo most likely gonna regret or had regretted the fact that they canceled the agreement with Sony to create the console together, and that's how Sony PlayStation 1 got invented, and Nintendo kept the cartridge while Sony went with the CD-ROM. Well, because of that, Square Enix was like, well, there's more space on the CD-ROM, so we're gonna release Final Fantasy VII on the Sony PlayStation. And what was amazing game that was created there, we still enjoy it nowadays on a new remade version of it. You're enjoying the Rebirth right now. I've finished the remake, which was like pretty amazing. Um, Talking of which, we can just show some footage at the same time. But yeah, I played some of the Final Fantasy remake. That was
The
a
biggest
new
challenge for
game
me
I did.
in the
Oh,
remake
yeah.
had to be that house. That house was
Mm.
so brutal. I tried over and over again. Different
Yes.
techniques. Went to go look up strategies on how to stagger the house. Like, it was just the most ridiculous fight I've ever
Well,
seen. And the house would like open the door and suck you in and stuff.
oh yeah. Well, I found that like every enemy had like some weaknesses, or if you assess them, you can read about them and how to defeat them. So that's what I did most of the time, is assess them. And the other thing was like the story. There was some modification to the story, not too much. I think they just tried to merge some information together, try to compile all the Final Fantasy story and lore together, which was quite interesting. The fight at the end of remake with a Sephiroth and a Destiny. I don't remember that in the beginning on the what's call it on the original version, because I think it was like you leave the Shinra like mansion or like building, and then you fight the son of the president, and then you go, and then you escape Midgar, and then you end up in like Nibelheim, which is where you started in in Rebirth, sorry. And you fight this guy on a motorcycle. I don't remember this guy, but anyway, I feel like they added a lot of stuff to keep you in Midgard, which was quite interesting. And then they showed the part where like Cloud dresses a woman. That was in the original one, actually. He dressed like a woman so he can go and be proposed as a wife for that guy, and he ended up being chosen, which is always funny. I just found it weird the way they made it with the dance, but anyway, Ojo, Professor Dr. Ojo, or Professor Ojo, you fight him. I think he's one of the boss you see on every freaking Final Fantasy, pretty much. Not in every in every version of Final Fantasy VII, you fight him multiple times. Funny enough, you didn't fight him on this part, but I'm guessing you say you fight him multiple time in on the Rebirth
I have
version.
only seen him make an appearance. I've not
Oh,
fought him directly. Like, doesn't
I
he have like
remember.
robots and stuff you fight in the first one?
Yeah, you fight robots, but eventually you fight him, and he's like injecting himself with stuff. So anyway, without going too much in detail, you fight him eventually. How far did you make it in Rebirth so far? Where are you at now?
Story wise, I am just getting into the jungle. I don't know if the terrain is sort of the same or if it's more story based. So story wise, I have just sort of I put an end to Barrett's side story.
Oh yeah, they added
Um,
that. That's pretty interesting. Yep.
I've just been closing up sort of side quests, opening up the world, and making my way to the next part of the story, really.
Hmm.
So it's just been sort of leaving the Golden Saucer,
Oh
meeting
yeah,
up with
yeah.
this scientist, and yeah, that's probably the best descriptor. Is I've left the Golden Saucer. I went to prison. Yes, I
Yeah.
was kidnapped. So maybe that happened in the original. And then I had to
Uh,
do some things to get out of the kidnapping. I had to get into a
oh.
race and I had to win my freedom on a chocobo. And I
Oh,
won my freedom. Yeah.
that's so funny. I try to remember. Like, there's like I remember parts of it because it's been so long. I almost need to play Final Fantasy VII, the original, on like now that I have like PlayStation Premium. I can probably play it and I'll be like, oh my god, it's so crazy. But
Yeah.
I try to remember. For some reason it does that. So I wonder where they're gonna cut off, and I think they're going with 3 games, right? How they split it up. So then this is gonna be the last one, right? So I don't know where they're gonna
Yes.
cut it
It's going
off.
to be the third one. I'm not sure either. I believe this one is 18 chapters or 15 chapters.
Yeah.
From what I'm told. So
Yeah.
I am more than 50% complete and essentially just left the Golden Saucer and just broke out of prison.
So I have a feeling they're gonna finish the Rebirth.
Oh, wait,
At
whoa, whoa, whoa,
the,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm not
whoa,
gonna
whoa,
say
whoa,
anything.
whoa, whoa. All right. Good,
I'm
good.
just gonna say they're gonna finish it at a pinnacle point within the story, because I know if you play the original, there's a moment you're like, holy fuck, right? Type of thing. Like you have a massive reaction. I think that's where they're gonna end it, because there's a massive part, and the other thing is that uh, within the original there was a lot to do afterwards. Like you could chase all the best weapon, defeat a lot of the summon that you could collect. In this case, you meet Chadley, which is new. I don't
Yeah,
remember that from
so
the original, and you can get the summon
Chadley,
from
yeah.
him. Yeah, so
Yeah.
in
You
the
fight them with
original
the
you had
VR goggles.
yeah,
Those VR
exactly.
goggles are cool.
They didn't have that in '97, so that's probably why.
No. Now Chadley in the new one has an assistant called Mia.
Oh, there we go. Found
Yeah.
himself a girlfriend. That's good.
And Mia gives you information based on the encounters, lets you know like what the weakness is, how they act, what their behavior is. So it's really
Oh,
cool
there
to
we go.
bring that up. And she's quite saucy. She's like, "Oh, you didn't do so good that time." Or she's like, and then Chadley comes off, it's like, "Mia, what are you doing? Sorry, she didn't mean that." Blah blah blah. It's like
That's so funny. He's like,
yeah.
oh, and usually like with Loud is like every awkward moment you can see his face. He's like making it more awkward. It's like you see in the remake. I'm guessing he's not as worse in the Rebirth, but in the remake he
Oh
was
yeah, he's
like,
bad.
oh yeah, okay. He's just like,
Especially in the beach scene when
oh yeah.
everyone changes outfits and he has to do some different things and he's like all embarrassed to be with Tifa and Aerith and it's a wacky story, but it's highly produced. Yuffie is an amazing character. Another part is Kate Sith has just entered my party. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
another
Oh
story
yeah,
element
because
as
you're
well.
in the golden sauce. Okay. So you don't know his
But
full story yet.
no, and like, why am I letting this thing follow me around? And it was so ridiculous because it's an agent of Shinra.
Oh, okay, so you know about that. Okay.
Yeah, and so why would I want this thing around me? And it's like
Yeah.
the only reason is because it says I thought you were interesting and cool, and I wanted to follow you. And it's like, okay, well that's suspicious.
He has a big part in the story. That's the thing, though. He's like, yes, he was an agent of Shinra, but eventually he turned side, discovering like the old thing. Later, I'm guessing it's gonna be in this one that something's gonna happen, and he's gonna be a big character in that part, so or he's gonna take part. And I try to avoid like revealing stuff, but like he's yeah. I try to remember. I don't remember playing with him as much because in the original you can choose which one you play with. Where
Yeah, you
in
can
the
do
new
that.
one you just like follow the story and they give you the party you have to go with.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Well,
if the same
this
thing with
one
Rebirth.
you can arrange your party how you like. Typically, and I believe I haven't found another way, but Cloud has to be your leader, and then you switch out the other two people, and that's how like open world combat works. However, there is a lot of story lock scenes where it'll be like, oh, you're just this one character, oh, you're just these characters for this part of the story. Hey, maker of chaos and holds coming in here.
Yes.
Wait, shouldn't I say to all YouTubers you're cool and I follow you? Oh, well,
Yeah,
cheers to
sure.
that.
But yeah, so you play a lot of Rebirth, yeah, after the Golden Saucer, so like you're getting there. What chapter is that exactly?
So I believe I'm coming to the finale of chapter 9
Okay, I have a feeling
because
there's.
I've.
You say there's
Oh, hi,
18
Hannah.
chapter?
There's 15 chapters. I believe there's 15 chapters.
Okay, I try to know because I know
Trying to
some.
map it out in your head, trying to
Yeah,
figure out where it
exactly.
ends.
Because like you
I
travel in a
believe
lot of
it'll.
places.
My idea is it'll end at another interaction with Sephiroth.
Oh yeah, they're probably
Yeah.
gonna change it slightly. Like you're gonna fight him again. Because it was like it was kind of interesting. Yes, Cowboy.
Oh.
I think there's a way to go with the classic actually. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, he can go with turn-based. I need to try it, but I haven't tried it. I think you can just like the classic is just like you choose the action and everything is happening. So it's less interaction with the player. It's more like story driven, I think.
Oh
But
wow,
yeah.
you should definitely clip that if you can. And if I show Cowboy, he'll go right to turn based again. What's going on, Rain? Thanks for stopping on in. Appreciate
Nice.
you finally catching up with us on a Sunday evening. It's
Mhm.
not the same thing because your characters still fight. He doesn't want the live action.
Oh, okay. Well, like they had to add the animation. They try to make it as realism as possible, so you can always go back
I
to the
like it.
original.
Yeah, you can go back to the original. I think it's a good way to do it. I like the dynamic mode. So in this one they have easy, normal, and dynamic. So what dynamic does, it scales based on your difficulty preference or how you're doing. So it's quite it's a new sort of AI learning difficulty, which I think we'll
Damn.
see more in the future.
That's interesting. As you get better at the game, then like it will notice and make it at this challenging type of thing, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you like to parry? Nope. We're gonna screw you from like here, here, and here. And I find that a lot of stuff is now getting past my parry. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta think of this different. I gotta wait for the audio cues. I gotta really look at the characters. Or perhaps I just switch up different characters to trick the AI. Maybe I'll be Yuffie this time. Yuffie is my all-time favorite. Like throwing that dagger, then being able to do magic in a different corner, switching the weaknesses to how I like. Yuffie
Does she
is
have like
down.
the star dagger? Is that what it is?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
it's a star.
Yeah.
She's from the Wu Tai clan, but I
Yeah.
call it the Wu Tang clan. And I
Wu-Tang,
just
yeah.
find her character to be like so expressive and animated and fun and happy-go-lucky, and like her jokes. It's definitely a treat. I look forward to you checking that out because it's a good time. I was able to stream some early in the morning, but I want to get back to streaming a bit more story because I know I'm coming up to a story heavy part, so I'll try to throw it up.
That would be.
But let's
great.
jump into
some.
let's jump into your list. You've
Okay.
got some tons of games going on.
Some game, new game I've been playing. So here's some new game.
It's
So
a shuriken. Thank you, Holtz.
Yeah,
That's what
sure
it's
it can.
called.
That I was looking for the word, but yes. So I've been playing. I've tried
Ooh,
Star
Hundo Pete the
Ocean.
Grasslands.
It's available on GeForce now. Star Ocean. What's the name of it? They have added some name, but like it's a RPG like a JRPG, but action. They converted to similar to Final Fantasy action. You press the button and stuff like that, but it's quite interesting because you get the graphic very nicely, where you got the 2D pixelated character roving around there. So pretty cool. It's like a old game they kind of redid or followed through it, so that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Another Square Enix video game that I always enjoy playing. But yeah, so Star Ocean, the second story R. So it's available. You can play as a demo also on GeForce Now. So Steam has a demo available. Try it out. It's quite interesting. The gameplay is going well. There's a lot of reading. It's like the very they kind of like maintain the root of JRPG, if that makes sense. So that was quite interesting. Another game I've tried is Green L VR, which is yes, it was on VR on my Quest 2, or
Oh,
what
you
you
put the
call it
helmet
now,
on.
Meta 2. Yeah, I decided to go back into that. That's a game I
That's
had
cool.
like it came out a while back. It's a survival game. I'm just doing the story. Quite interesting. I think lately I've been into so much like survival game and stuff like that. But yeah, you basically Earth. You have to do everything manually. It's quite interesting. But yeah, it's
Is
fun.
it
It's like
exhausting physically? Like, do you find
uh,
yourself like getting tired?
not that bad. I feel like there's like
Okay.
certain movement. It's like yes, you have to do stuff. So far, I haven't really fought any big enemy, and I think that's probably why it's not as hard. Is like when I'm gonna start fighting enemy, that's when it's gonna be harder. But like, it's quite interesting though.
Well, that's
There we
cool.
go. It's quite interesting all you can do. I have the Quest 2 version, which is like not as graphically appealing, where you can get the Steam version and air link it to your VR,
Oh
which
my God, there's
is way
evil clown
better.
people.
Yeah, they're like live in the jungle, right? So, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun game. I really like playing those type of game and just enjoying like some VR time, right? Because I need to get back a little bit into it. Have it sitting there, and I was like, oh, I haven't went back to my VR. But keeping in the survival realm, a game that I'm quite enjoying now, it's Son of the Forest, which came out a year ago about as a beta alpha. And now it's fully released version 1 as of recently, and it's a negative survival game. You land into this island, and you got to survive, right? And then you have like this guy that can follow you. He's deaf, or he cannot talk, or he cannot like freaking hear you, so you have to write everything on a piece of paper. So all the commands are on a piece of paper. You stick to him, and basically it does it. Oh wow, I haven't reached that point where I can fly around, but yeah, there's a lot you can do. You're getting attacked every so often by those mutant or by cabal, cannibal, yeah, people that
Cannibal.
eat cannibal. There we go. I had difficulty to say it, but yeah, I just started it, so it's right at the beginning. I haven't seen any of those parts, but it's quite interesting game, that's for sure. Version 1.0, so a lot of bugs are fixed, but it's still like there's still a few bugs there and there. I'm really enjoying it. The concept, the version of survival is as you do more thing, your strength get better, and it's kind of your way to gauge your level. and you can discover new recipes as you discover a new item, and then as you level up, type of thing. So it's a quite interesting version. You don't get encumber. You just like get too much of the item. You max out on the item in your inventory, and that's it. You move on. But I quite enjoying it right now. That's the game I've been playing in the last couple days, and I love it. And it's on sale right now on Steam. So if you're interested, it's in there. So yeah,
Well,
that's
Rain, if you
all.
enjoy the forest, you should hit up the Discord. I'm sure Nads would be happy to run you
Mhm.
through or help you through the forest. He's an avid son
Yes.
of the forest.
I love it. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, and I play as some Nightingale again this week. There've been some patch update which made it easier. And this game, it's Nightingale is more survival, but you have to move between world to to continue upgrading your gear and stuff like that. So it's like a different type of survival. It works with cards, which was a lot of fun too. I need to get back into it. The other games we've been playing, so Divers too. So we had the last update with new armor, new super pass. What do you call it? Like the pass.
Cutting cutting edge.
Yes.
So that brought forth armor sets that negate the arc damage put
Mhm.
forth by the arc thrower. So now you can have an entire squad with this armor and just let loose with the arc thrower. It's really cool little aspect. Plus that plasma shotgun, the way it fires those mortar bombs, incredibly disruptive. It just blows it away.
Yep.
Rudix, you should check Ray's Discord for. Oh, okay, I will definitely check that out. Um, they did an amazing job with this brand new pass. The fact that it came out a month after launch kind of blows me away. It's great that they're updating the game this
Yeah.
often. I mean, if they're going at this pace, we should be seeing vehicles coming up in the upcoming month. And yeah, a lot of fun just
I
getting the missions done. New
Yes,
missions too.
it's always fun to like play as a group too with people you know. Like every time we play with David, you and David are chasing each other to kill each other more than killing the bugs or everybody, everything else. Doing the mission, no, it's all about killing each other. Who can kill each other, right? Or it's like David throwing a grenade in the ship as you enter, and then from time to time, one of you gonna die or something. So it's quite interesting. It's a lot of fun. I think every time we play, it's a lot of fun. It's always like borderline challenging, where like you're dying so often, but like at the same time you make it out like with like by chance almost. And it's like an interesting game the way they made it with like a dungeon master, I would call it. Like you control basically the whole scenario, the community play, and if like if there's like something it's too easy on us, you can go and spawn like bugs right on top of you and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting. But like definitely a good game to look at. I know you got N7 invested into the game now, which he love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were talking about it, and yeah, he wanted to get in, and yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. Of course, we have Monday community Helldiver night, so we'll be getting into it tomorrow. Feel free to jump into the Discord, and I'll throw up the LFG.
Exactly.
So that is awesome. Oh no, Sons of the Forest is on the Steam or GeForce now. It's a PC. Sorry, I thought that you had said that you love the game, Rain. My apologies. I thought you were
Oh,
already into
there's
it.
the
It's early
forest.
access on Steam.
No, it's so Son of the Forest is full release now. It's like version 1. But
Right,
the
yes.
that's the second game. So the first game was 4S. Was quite similar. It's just now they revamped it. So maybe Son of the Forest is not available
Ah,
on PlayStation yet, which is weird. I would assume that it will have it out. Maybe now
yeah, especially
because
at the
it's fully
1.0
released.
release.
Yeah, it's 1.0, so now it should be coming soon on PlayStation, I would imagine. But yeah, definitely something to look for. And also another game we've been playing this week is some Baldur's Gate 3. As usual, we jump in with SPG and yourself, and we have a lot of fun playing that game. I try to remember where we're at with it. Every time I open it, I just try to remember everything we've done. But there's a lot of like story-driven action happening that's like we follow, and we just have like a lot of like chatting with people and making decision. But yeah, it's always fun to play with you guys. We always have a lot of fun.
What up, David Wilson in the chat? Hopefully you're
Yes,
doing well.
we were talking about you in
Well,
Helldiver.
yeah, Wilson is a menace in Helldivers 2. He never focuses on the main mission, and he's constantly seeking petty violence, and that's how Wilson plays Helldivers 2.
Yes, but
So, should we dip into what's been going on in the D2 world?
yes, we can jump into some D2. So that's another game I've played this week. And also, as usual, they have their Twid. So this week in Destiny, a lot of stuff coming up. So right now we have the Guardian game. If I'm right, if you like me, I don't have the surfboard or the All-Star Skidder or something like that. I try to remember the name. You need to jump in and get it. It's very good. I think it's a broken Spyro that they eventually gonna nerf, and apparently it broke a lot of the server since it came out. But all good. But a lot of stuff is coming up, surprisingly. So we have Final Shape coming out in June. And from now, so April, May, we're gonna have a new activity. So quite interesting. Let's look into it. So we can have Into the Light on the start of April 9. So Into the Light, a new portion just before we get inside the Traveler. You look at the picture right there. There's like seems to be some pyramid ship. You fighting alongside Cabal. You have some turret. I don't know. New uniform. The tower is back on. So I wonder if it's like, are we like, are they gonna finish the tower in the tower, or is that gonna be inside the Traveler? All those activities gonna be there. I'm not sure if like they're showing that, but because it's before we get into the final shape, maybe we're not gonna go inside the Traveler yet. So that might be it. So they might have like, we spend all this time, we're now able to build the tower, and we got all those activity before you get inside the Traveler. So quite interesting. Yes, and Rain, Cade 6 is coming back. That's right. Is he coming back in real? Well, not really. So he's gonna be inside a Traveler. So inside a Traveler, it seems to be, I don't know what's happening, but there's a lot of copycat of the real world inside a Traveler. So like we'll have to figure that out during Final Shape. But it's quite interesting. They're adding that again. They're making this in order to make the story to make sense moving on into the Final Shape, which is going to be the last DLC before they move into episode. So that should be interesting. So that being said, they're gonna release 3 stream. So yes, they're gonna be streaming 3 streams. So on Twitch, the first stream will take place at 10 a.m. PT on March 19. Then the next 2 will air on March 26 and April 2nd. So they're gonna show us what's coming out between these on those streams. So I think what happened is that Joe Blackburn did a stream that one day, showcasing some of the stuff they changed, and that was really liked by the community. So I think Destiny is going back into this, so that should be quite good. So keep a lookout for that. I'll definitely be watching, and if you do watch it on Twitch, you can get some cool emblem, something to look at. There's mention that this emblem might be related with a new subclass, Who knows? We might gonna get the new Sun class, but that's pretty cool. There's also a trait. They're gonna update some weapon that it's already in the pool. Upgrade their trait so you can enhance them. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna make it, but just quickly, those are the guns available right now. And something to keep note is that there's going to be more the retroactive. So if you keep the weapon right now, you're going to be able to access them. So the new and reprised weapon are collected from those different areas. So something to look at. Pretty cool. Guardian game, we're on the second week, and I think the Hunter are still winning. Apparently, there's an agreement between the Warlock and Titan to work out to beat the Hunter together. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's pretty much this. Like, there's like there was a competition where there's like a team being created, and they're all like raising money for foundation. So pretty cool. They created that, keep the community involved. Some wallpaper. Everybody is always loving some good picture. There's also an update on the Fire Team Finder so now it's not going to be only in game, it's going to be also on the Destiny 2 app, and also it's going to go on the web browser. So they're going to change it all so it's all accessible on every platform the same way that we see in game. So pretty cool they're updating it like this, but that's pretty much it. That's the overall thing. The main thing again is the March 19 with the stream showcasing the Into the Light, which should be quite interesting. Can't wait to see what's happening, and that's only in 2 days, so it's coming up fast. Yep, so March 19 at 10 a.m. PT. Check it out.
Awesome. Well, shall we jump into the newsroom?
Yes, definitely.
All right. I'll see you there.
All right. All right.
And we're back. All right. Let's jump into what's been going on in the cloud gaming world this week. And let's open up the GeForce Now blog because
Yes.
we got 8 new games this week coming to the cloud.
Yes.
And they're out of this world. So Star Ocean, like you were talking about, Paranormal, as well as a bunch of other games. Pretty cool to see. This library was revealed at the top of the month, so we knew these games were coming. But this is the week that you can play them on your cloud gaming service. Also, what we just got told, coming soon to GeForce Now will be Star Wars Outlaws, the new game from Ubisoft, coming up later this year. The game looks to be extremely exciting, riveting, one of the bigger productions coming out of Ubisoft. So hopefully they treat the IP right. From what I've seen, it looks to be an over-the-shoulder third-person playthrough, story-driven, something along the lines of maybe you'd see coming out of Sony. So I hope they do well with it, and I look forward to seeing how they do.
Yeah, definitely. Ubisoft could be surprising, right? So.
Yep. They got enough resources to really pump out a great game, so can't put anything past them, and we can't hold them to Skull and Bones. So
yeah, I stopped playing it actually. I play it so much that I got tired of it. I knew it was coming. Eventually, I will be like, okay, I'm done. So, but yeah, it was quite fun during that time.
Well, adventure awaits. Come check out Star Ocean Remake if you want to check that out. Although you may still have another cloud way to play it. Just a heads up. Before the month is over. But if you wanted a day pass to GeForce Now, be sure to reach out to us and we will hook you up with a day pass to GeForce Now. Are you a Strand Titan Rain asks, "What's your subclass of choice?"
Oh, I'm a Titan, that's for sure. I like Strand, but I really like Solar. But like every time I play Strand, I found it's a comfortable like subclasses. Um, I feel like I vary all the time. I feel like Void hasn't been like as powerful anymore. Arc has always like a DPS like build. Solar I found it's more like a survival build, and Strand it's like a mix of support and survival. So I really like it in doing Nightfall or stuff like that. So, but like definitely there's a way to make the Titan just do a lot of DPS with this Strand. So, but yeah, I like Strand. To tell you the truth, I do like it. It's very good.
Well, let's check out this one. How would your life look without video games? I'm probably gonna have to say more productive. I don't want to say that, but it's the first thing that comes to mind.
I think my
And
life
more
would be boring.
stressful.
My life would be boring because all I do is play
Less
video game and talk about video games. So less fun.
magical adventures
If I didn't
with
have video
dragons.
game, I would be like playing. I don't know. Maybe I'll like. I remember being a kid and reading the books where you are a hero, and then you flip page basically on the decision you make. I'll be still
Yeah, so
playing that.
reading books,
Yeah, reading books.
adventure books,
But
imagination.
yeah, I'm too much into video game. If I don't have any video game, I think I'll be touching grass more often. I think that's the word, right?
Oh, Solar Main. Somebody likes
Yeah,
their Revolver of Doom
nice.
or whatever they call it. What's the hunter revolver?
The marksman shot
Yeah,
or the
it's
precision
just
shot? Yeah, the
it's
golden
just
gun.
the golden gun. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting sort of comment they put out there. But hey, staying on GeForce now, if you wanted to know what games you can possibly look forward to, these are 8 new titles that have opted into the GeForce Now stream
Right.
program, which we could be seeing coming up on the list. So some games here, they all seem kind of indie. I'm not too familiar on a lot of these. I know Reigns was a game on Stadia. That was the card game that you flipped right and left to make decisions. It's now on
Yeah.
Netflix Gaming,
Oh
which
yeah.
I saw.
It's like a mobile app almost, but like
Yeah.
quite fun to play. It's like based on your decision, you try to survive as long as possible. That's what it is. But yeah.
So, some cool stuff coming out to GeForce Now. Be sure to check it out. I'm always there's always a competition, so I like to do this to try to get ahead of the guests. And yes, Wilson, this is CBC Cloud Gaming time because we're both Canadians. This is an interesting one that I thought I would bring up. GameStream announces a partnership with Focus Entertainment. So we could see Focus Entertainment entering the cloud gaming space with their own white labeled cloud gaming service. It's interesting. We see the tweet here from GameStream and Focus Entertainment with games like A Plague Tale Innocence and The Surge. Exciting things are making moves in the cloud gaming world. I think that being its own platform could bring a lot to the cloud gaming world and bring people over there, especially if they make these perhaps exclusive in their own cloud gaming. We'll see. I don't think they'd maybe go that far, but we could see people start to shift the more developers start to make this move. Perhaps these games are cheaper when they offer them on their own cloud gaming service. Who knows? You can check out the games here. A lot of them are extremely familiar. Say Banishers, that's a very recent game that you were playing. The
Yes. Yep.
Warhammer, um, they do Atomic Hearts, a lot of very big IPs with audiences around them. Technomancer, I know, is a big one. Just scrolling through some of these games. Call of Cthulhu. Like, imagine Farming Simulator. That has a
Yeah.
massive audience. I know we laugh, but there are a
Yeah.
lot of people who play that.
I
But
remember
you
it
can
came
check
on
through.
Stadia too. And
Could
okay, do you have to pay
could
a subscription to play, right?
Well, we haven't heard any news specifically on how it works, but we are hearing that there will be a strategic partnership in enhancing our gaming catalog with two incredible. So, GameStream will be offering Focus Entertainment. So, yeah, you check out GameStream and what they sort of offer. They're Paris, France cloud gaming platform,
Hmm.
and
Interesting.
it's a white label. It's described as a white label cloud gaming service. So
I,
essentially, companies come on here and put their games on there.
yeah, I feel like it's probably where like the server from Google Stadia went for white labeling, right?
Essentially,
Yeah,
this is, what did they call it? Project Steam. I forget
Project
what they
Stream.
called it. What
Yeah,
they were. Yeah,
yeah,
this
before
could be it.
Stadia. Yeah,
This could be it.
who knows, right?
But yeah, I don't understand how to sign up. There was nothing to sign up for it now. It may not be offered in Canada specifically, but it's something to keep an eye on as they're obviously acquiring some big partners.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Netflix. You want to check in on what Netflix is doing? They are adding Developer Tycoon to its library. I don't know if that's a hint. Maybe they're going to be developing some games, but I just thought that was nice and cutesy to see. Um, but yeah,
That's
just thought I'd bring that
interesting.
up for fun. Speeding through here, you were talking of Sea of Stars. Maybe we should try to co-op that situation, as we see
Oh,
Sea of Stars is getting a co-op mode.
yeah. So Sea of Stars, the one I tried was Star Ocean,
Oh, with
which
Star
is
Ocean.
which
Yeah.
is quite similar. But yeah,
Yeah.
this one Sea of Star is a couch co-op, so you can have everybody can have their own character and play, which is pretty cool. I like the idea. That
Yeah.
could be something quite interesting to play. I don't know how it will work through GeForce now, but yeah, something
Well,
to.
it's here on Cloud Dosage under GeForce Now News, so
Yeah.
we could test it out and let people know.
Mhm.
Sea of Stars, it's a cool little game. Turn
Yes.
based, where essentially you create your own characters for your story. My friend has 1K hours on Farming Sim. See, people love it. People love it. I thought this
Nice.
was an interesting article because the Luna, we never talked too much about Luna, but the controller app surpassed 500,000 downloads on Google
Yeah.
Play. So there are people trying it out. I know I'm often surprised how it keeps going, but it's got the library, it's got its users, it's got a plan. So
I know
cool
I
to
try
see.
it. I tried the other day and I didn't feel like it was as stable as GeForce Now, but it might be depending on games, right? I know that games that require a server. So if
Hmm.
I look at Destiny 2 playing on a cloud service, it might be more demanding than like a first person, a non-multiplayer game, let's say, because you basically reaching a server to play the game, which access another server. So there's a lot of connection between. Maybe that's why when I tried Luna, I play Skull and Bones. The quality wasn't as high. Maybe I was like at 720, and then it was like kind of stuttery. it might be worth to try it again and see how it goes. But maybe depending on the game, right? I can try Control or Metro Exodus or any of that. So there's every month they add, or if it's every week they add new games. So if you look at their Prime Gaming web page, they show all the game they're adding to Luna on there. So
Nice. Well, let's close it out with the last story here. We have Summer Games Fest confirms June showcase, and you don't want to miss this one. Chances are we'll be broadcasting it live here on Cloud and Console. But this is going to be a big one. There are going to be a lot of games announced here. This is typically where the biggest titles get talked about and get opened up to. So be sure not to miss this one, live June 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern.
now the question,
All right.
which company is joining that stream? Because sometime if it would be, let's say, Ubisoft is going to be doing their own thing, Microsoft is doing their own thing, Sony is doing his own
There'll be
thing.
some, I believe that's where Elden Ring was announced. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of hype behind it. There'll be a lot of games talked about. I see Wilson here in the chat. I just want to shout, this is the part of the show where we show our game clips. I want to sure Wilson sees this because he's untrustworthy and a bad Helldiver teammate, and this is why.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
To the enemy.
Fire in the hole. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
You have maintained our way of life.
No, like terrible person who kills you after you're already taking off. Like, and why didn't you die, Nads? You were sitting right beside me.
No, because
Why was I the one who died?
He was aiming for you. I don't know. But the good thing is that it still counts as an extraction, even though it show you die. So I was like, okay, so it's bad. But I think it's a bug that Wilson's been abusing, because you can see him every time. He's the last one to jump in the aircraft.
Yeah.
And every time you throw a grenade in, because you just want that to happen, right? You get into trouble every single time, right?
This is a troublemaker.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Jeez. My clip, I just it's a nostalgia clip. It's from Final Fantasy. So the victory dance or pause that they do, it's basically you see it every time on the original. It does it every time. So this is yes, David, I'm calling you out. This is the video showcasing it in the remake. There you go.
Unfreaking believable! What the hell did I just see? It was
Funny enough, they copycat the same movement from the original. If you play the original, he does a sword spin and put it back on his back. So,
that's
which
cool.
is pretty cool. And you hear the sound, the music,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's like the same thing. So that's why when you play Barrett, is like always like making that sound and like just want to
Da, 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 da. I like when he does it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the video I had.
Yes, here is, now I gotta make sure I pick the right one. Do you want to delete yours? I can't. Oh no. Oh, okay, I see they're named. So this one is a video I captured. I wanted to show it off. This is something I wanted to show off because I wanted to show the incredibly high production value that I feel in the moments of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So this is a scene when I'm just not even a chapter transition, more of a boss transition. Check it out. I mean, it's exciting. It's the character's so animated.
Yeah, no,
The
it's great.
explosions are huge. Like, it's so well done. Hey, what's up, Mackie Zero? What's going on? Thanks for coming into chat. Wii U gamepad chargers are ass. Not gonna lie. I've never owned a Wii U. I owned the first one, the Wii, but
I have a Wii U.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think the gamepad wasn't like staying charged for a very long time. So yeah. But now with the Switch,
Well-
it's way better.
Exactly. Well, let's not say that the Switch Joy-Cons are better. Those can cause their own headaches, but
Oh yeah.
the Pro Controller is pretty decent.
Mhm.
I will say, Wilson, Nads was saying earlier, it's like he's playing with two kids when we get together because we're always
Yep.
going after each other with the guns and not focusing on the missions. Wilson, I have no comments. No comments on that one.
Loving your
And
Cuba.
I wanted to show this off. This is the latest picture I've been working on for my virtual photography. So an entry you will be seeing for the first time here, but on my social feed coming up soon. This is my shot of Miles Morales in the air throughout the city. I thought I caught the ring of the light perfectly in the lens. So I really think this one's going to come off and be a great shot for me.
He's like wearing clothes from the 80s and
Yeah,
the
so
80s,
this is-
early 90s.
This is part of a charitable donation, actually. So
Oh,
all the
okay.
funds went to. It was like a small $5 thing. You got 2 suits, but all the funds, 100%, went to a charity for helping, I think, underprivileged people become developers or something. Like it was Game Heads was the industry. So cool
Oh, okay.
cause to have in game. And the suits will become free afterwards, coming soon. It was just if you wanted to donate towards charity.
Okay, and he's always also have a fanny pack. You know, they be coming back in style. Huh?
I am a huge hashtag. The fanny pack is the way to go.
You can carry everything in there. My wife bought one just to carry the dog stuff when you go for a walk. It's just perfect.
I'm a
right?
huge fan. Fanny pack for life. Oh my goodness. I actually need to think of getting a new fanny pack for this season because I want to rock something stylish. I was just rocking some swag fanny pack before, but I could use something cool. Hey, Rain, if you got some virtual photography pics, we'd love to see them. I just set up a new area in Cloud&Console Discord for virtual photography, as well as if you're part of Cyborg City, you can jump into there. But the Discord description for Cloud&Console is in the link in the description below, so feel free to join that. That pic looks incredible, by the way. Oh, thank you, Mackie Zero. Appreciate that. Always working on my craft in creating some excellent VP pictures. And Nintendo could have avoided the drift problem if they had used Hall effect sticks instead of whatever they are using. Dude, I wish they had done something to affect the joystick issue, but my main workaround is just using the Pro Controller. I'm a huge fan of the Pro Controller. I don't know about yourself, Nads, but whenever I'm playing seriously, I like the Pro.
Yeah, exactly. Because I found like playing on with the Joy-Con, it's like not comfortable. That's why I have the insert to make a better grip. But the Joy-Con, I think I had to replace. Excuse me, I had to replace the 2 Joy-Con on mine. Replace it myself, and after a while, it still like break or like stop working well. So yeah, they probably cut it. They save some money by putting something cheaper to make maybe the Switch cheaper for people to buy. I don't know. Who knows, right?
Yeah, I mean, bring that cost down as much as possible. But Mackie Zero agrees. Bring that Pro Controller to the game when you're playing, Zelda, when you're playing Metroid Dread,
Any of
Even
the
some
game,
of those
I will
old school
say.
retro games.
I
Yeah.
usually try the like only time I
Platoon.
use a Joy-Con is like when I'm traveling. Other than that, I always use a Pro controller because it's
Yeah.
way more comfortable. Like the joystick are actually working well, no issue there. So, and I think because it's Bluetooth, you can connect any controller to it, don't you? Or
I know audio wise you can, but
Mm,
I don't know about controller wise. I think they're pretty strict on that one.
yeah.
But regardless, I think that brings our show to an end for this week. Oh, Legacy Rain, I seen your pictures drop in there. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to look through them. Thanks for joining up on the Discord.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
again, thank you everyone for coming on by. This has been another awesome episode of Cloud and Console. We will be next week back at the same time, bringing you more cloud gaming news. Thank you, GeForce Now. Thank you, Nads. Thank you,
Pleasure.
chat.
Keep looking at the channel. We'll be uploading some more of our video. Not uploading, but we'll usually live stream any of the game. I'll have to live stream some of the forest just to show you all like how it looks like and how it play on GeForce Now. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, right?
Yes, and all you newcomers, don't worry, we'll be getting you onto the credits soon. I'll be updating them and getting another page in because there have been so many new subscribers in here. We really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and you make the show awesome to keep coming and doing. So be sure to check out the channel, multiple podcasts during the week, multiple game streams, and just having fun being out there gaming. Let me get to Wilson. He's dropping some knowledge in here.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it's not even cost. What Mackie is talking about with the Hall Effect sticks is that they make them super cheap joysticks that use magnets that didn't wear and tear in the same way as traditional ones. So many big companies still use them, the traditional sensors that can wear and tear, so you have to replace your controller. So it's not even about, they just want to replace and create that business cycle, and it doesn't effectively work out for the consumer. But that's why I go pro on my controllers, because I feel like if you want some good high quality, unfortunately, you have to like bust out a bit extra.
Yeah, definitely. But again, if any of you are interested to test out or try out GeForce Now, we have some day pass. Just make sure to reach out to us via YouTube or even on our Discord, and we'll make sure to give you some tryouts. So yeah.
All right, take care, be kind, and bring peace into the world. Until next time.
Yes. See y'all.
But as sick as beats